A crow flew by, guys. Yes, episode 4, season 4 of the Mayans is in the books, and yeah, another great episode. Can't complain about it. Some weird cameos, some great scenes, and some funny ass scenes, and some just weird shit in general. But we're here to
see him fucking Punk on the screen appearing. What the hell happened here? But yeah, this show, it gets better and better. I would probably say I'd say this is the second best episode of the season so far, and not that there's been a bad episode in my opinion. They've all been good. But this one, again, was great, and I just cannot believe the difference in this show from the start to where we are now. And I purely believe that is because the focus now is more on the actual club, and the show is centred around club matters, whereas Season 1, Season 2 was more around the rebels and Galindo, who killed Easy's mother, things we didn't really care about. But now that the show's focusing and the number one priority is the Mayans MC, that the club itself, the show's getting better and better. So, plus a lot of the minor characters are getting fleshed out now. We're getting, you know, stories and character development for the likes of Gilly and Creeper, who in the first couple of seasons were given absolutely nothing. So yeah, no, overall, man, the show keeps improving and improving. And we kicked off this episode where we ended the last one, and we seen Randall being shot by Angel after attempting to rape that kid. Easy's like, oh no, you did what you had to do. He's like, first of all, he's like, what did you do? And then he's
what
like,
did you do, boy?
And then they think Manny's going to like side against him. And Manny's like, no, man, this is a child killer, a child toucher. And Manny then puts the final bullets in Randall, killing him off.
Yes, and then we have back in the clubhouse, Kanche saying, who pulled the trigger? No one answers after about 3 seconds. And then he's like, who pulled the fucking trigger? Then Angel cops to it. Manny then backs him up.
But Manny says, no, it was me. I put the final bullet in him. And then Easy takes responsibility, saying he was the lead officer there. And it just feels weird, like Easy being VP and him being a lead officer out of those three. I haven't really got used to Easy being like the second in command yet. This obviously pisses Kanche off, because obviously we know he's got the beef with Easy, and the fact that Easy has potentially ruined this deal with the cartel. Kanche's like saying to Alvarez, is this who you trust? Is this who you're putting the future of the Mayans with? Obviously he blames him for ruining the deal. But Alvarez decides to back Easy and says that you tell the cartel that
we don't help no kitty touchers.
We don't smuggle yeah child molesters over the border. So yeah, Alvarez sticking up for Easy. Kanche not happy.
Nope. Basically storms out, very pissed off from him, and then Alvarez basically tells Santa Padre to stay behind, which was pretty good, wasn't it?
Aye.
Aye. Meanwhile, the return, Miguel Galindo, bearded out, talking to some wee kid. Pretty weird.
I'm going to be completely honest. These Miguel scenes did nothing for me really, and we got about 3 or 4 of them for the show.
No, he's
building a wall and he's doing a really shit job of it. Like, it's one of the worst walls I've ever seen.
Well, basically,
I mean, everybody in this show hates Trump, right? And they're going to criticise Trump, but at least Trump built a better fucking wall than Galindo, and you can't deny that.
Yeah, he's basically seeking refuge in his aunt's place. The cover recap this. A group show up looking for Martin. We're going to assume that's his like undercover name at this point, or something, or the kid's called Martin. I don't know. They don't find them. They'll return.
They said where's Martin and the kids, so
that must be obviously referring to them. But yeah, Miguel. He'll probably catch Emily at some point. Meanwhile, though, back to Santa Padre.
Aye, back to Santa Padre. Kanche's leaving. Easy trying to be the bigger man and sorting things out with Kanche. Says that this beef between them has to end if the club's going to go forward, and Kanche basically says it'll never end. You tried to kill my son and you'll always be a dead man walking in my eyes.
Which, you definitely see Kanche's point here, and it kind of seems like at this stage of the game it's either one of them has to live and the other has to die.
Well, not really. I don't feel like that at all. I mean,
no, I don't feel like it's completely like that, but you feel like tensions eventually are going to boil over here.
There's not a lot Easy can do, right? He's apologised. I mean, but at the same time, I don't blame Kanche for still holding this grudge. I mean, could you imagine if like someone tried to blow up Abel? You think Jax would just let it go? No fucking chance.
I guess he did it with Galen. The IRA blew up the clubhouse. Fucking blew everyone up.
I know he was always planning on killing Galen.
Oh, I know, but
How did he let it go? Well, that's not letting it go, is it?
Well, true. I know. I get your point.
Right, okay.
Well, you let it go. That's my point. You might have thought early on he let it go, and then by the end of the season he killed him. Maybe Easy's going to plan something, as we see later on.
Why would Easy be planning something? I mean, Easy, Kanchi's the one that's been victimised here.
I mean, you can clearly see with Kanchi's leadership here, he's shafting Santa Padre.
And I think he's got every right to do so.
He does, but that doesn't change the fact. That doesn't change Easy's mindset.
No, but we're not talking about Easy. We're talking about if someone tried to kill your kid. I don't think he'd let it go. Easy never got his kid. Easy's kid was never touched. Easy doesn't have kids. It was Kanchi's kid that was nearly
I get your point,
killed.
mate.
So I don't think you can blame Kanchi for not letting this go, because I don't think many other Mayan members or Sun members would let it go if it was their child that was almost killed. I mean, if someone tried to blow up Alvarez's house with his kids inside, is Alvarez just going to go, for the good of my club, I'm going to let it slide?
You're goddamn right. And talking of Alvarez, he basically sends Coco to Oakland on a secret, well, not a secret mission, basically just to have a representative.
And he tells Coco that if he does it, and it pays off, then his bottom rocker might be waiting for him when he gets back. He says to Coco, "Do you want to help destroy or do you want to help build?" And Coco wants to help build.
Of course he does.
The only problem with this is earlier in the episode, Hope asked Coco to meet her after work. It appears like she's afraid of walking back home from work. She wanted Coco to collect her. Is that because of, I don't know, maybe temptation to go somewhere else after work? Maybe go back on the drugs? Or is it a rough neighbourhood? We don't know. She didn't really, alliterate on it, but...
And it's almost kind of said when she leaves her, she's like, well, where is Coco? Is he already fucked off to Oakland?
Yeah, and then later on in the episode, when she finishes her shift, she goes outside. Coco's nowhere to be seen. She has a look around, and then, she just... I'm assuming she decides to walk home. Is there someone hassling Hope? Is there someone bothering Hope? Or, is she just maybe not stable yet? Is she maybe the temptation there? We don't know. Maybe we'll find out in future episodes. Has Coco even told her he's leaving? How long's Coco going for? We don't know. None of this was really explained, so it's hard to tell right now.
There's a lot of doors left open, but talking about doors, Gilly walks up to a door, raps it. We see a figure come to the door. We're thinking, oh, probably just be some jobber.
Comes
CM Punk, and you're like, what?
The last person I was expecting to open the door, CM Punk, Phil Brooks. I mean, Tony Khan's been talking about forbidden doors and shit like this, but this was a bit of a stretch here.
This literally is a forbidden door.
I mean, this was a forbidden door that was opened, and it was CM Punk himself. And you might know CM Punk as a wrestler, or you might know him as a UFC fighter that got his ass whooped 2 times. But regardless, he was on the show tonight. He appears to be Gilly's longtime friend. Out the back, they're having a party. Some guy accuses Punk of playing too rough with the kids. Which is,
second pedo in a row.
That seems to be Punk's fucking motto, complaining about people being too rough. But now the shoe is on the other foot and people are complaining about him being the rough one. He's trying to kill this guy. He's trying to fight this guy.
And he cracks him over the head with a beer, but we never see what happens.
Gilly's trying to calm him down, and Gilly's telling him to calm down, and Punk's like, "Don't dare not look like the calmest motherfucker in this room." Even though they weren't in a room, they were outside. Gilly eventually calms Punk down. He says that he can't... What does he say? Something about he can't beat some guy. He can't beat up some guy looking like this.
He was wearing like sandals.
His outfits or whatever.
His Cropple Crocs or whatever he called them.
Then they get CM Punk's like, yeah, but they tries to attack him again. Yeah, you made me look like an asshole in front of my kids. The guy then offers his hand to apologise. And does he get a handshake? No, he gets a hand across the face. And I believe CM Punk might have had a bottle in his hand.
A beer bottle.
Yeah. Don't know if he smashed over the head, but that was it. There was CM Punk's scene. That was his involvement in the show. Is this character going to continue? Is CM Punk going to be a mainstay, or was this just a one-off appearance? It seems like a one-off appearance, which, if it is the case, then it didn't really fucking go anywhere.
The whole cameo.
I guess the whole point of this was just to show us that he has friends.
Exactly.
Gilly has friends. We never thought he had anything, but apparently he has friends.
Because he's ex-military. This is like a rehab group sort of thing.
But we totally glossed over, because I don't think that... normally I'm the guy that can't remember shit, but this guy's off his game tonight. Because when they come out the temple at the start of the episode, we have a new prospect. And it's not Filthy Phil. It's not fucking Shitebag Steve.
Or Phelan.
Or Phelan or some job like that. It's the one and only Nestor. Nestor giving up his job as a security guard. He was... I guess he was... getting tired of being beaten up by the LGBT community in the freak show bastards in the last episode. So He has joined the club, and straight away the Mayans are not happy about this. Angel and Gilly are not happy. Gilly's threatening him. He's like, get behind that fucking your bar and give me a beer right now. And I don't know why they've got the animosity against Nestor. I don't really understand it, if I'm being completely honest. I mean, yeah, he worked with Galindo, but...
Yeah, like, Alvarez is backing him.
Yeah.
It's... And Gilly just lost his bottom rocker, and he's treating this guy like he's...
Plus, Nestor's been loyal to Alvarez. I mean... He didn't kill him that time, and he did save him from the Potter's henchmen in season 2.
They were calling him Elton John. I don't know if it was last episode or the episode before, but they were fucking burying him.
Yeah, I mean, I don't get it. Like, they're making fun of his, like, fucking ponytails or whatever, but... I mean, Nestor was Galindo's right-hand man. I would fancy Nestor in a fight against most of these jobbers. Like, people said Gilly would body Jax Taylor. Maybe body a couple of hamburgers at McDonald's, like, but
that's the only body and he's den.
I don't know, I would fancy Nestor, but I don't get the animosity, I don't get the hatred towards Nestor. Surely there was worse people that could have been, you know, putting the prospect badge on. Like I said, I can't remember an all-out war between the Mayans and the Galindo cartel. What did Nestor do to the Mayans? I must have missed it. I mean, Nestor was barely in season 3.
I don't know.
I mean, yeah, he was told to kill easy, but... A, he never done it, and B, I don't think the Mayans would know about that. I can't imagine Alvarez spilling that story.
And then bringing him in, it makes Alvarez look weak.
I just don't think Alvarez... I don't think it's doing weak. I just don't think it's needed. I mean, it's between Alvarez and Nestor. I mean, is that not a bit fucking... It looks incredibly bitchy.
Yeah, but
if Alvarez like, Nestor was trying to kill you and I stopped him, you know what I mean?
It benefits no one, Alvarez, for feeling that.
I mean, like, Nestor and Alvarez, like, having that truce in the car...
It wouldn't Easy have the problem.
Like, when Nestor and Alvarez have that truce in the car, that's like burying that. I mean, that's not going to get mentioned again.
Exactly.
That's not real. So, I mean...
Your own fucking menace.
I just don't understand why they have hatred towards Nestor, and if anyone knows why, then let us know down below.
We also have... Alvarez handing over the big Mayan book, the bylaw book, to Easy. Also quotes Jax Teller, and Easy basically says that's no a Jax Teller quote, that's this guy's quote, and then Alvarez like, just
read the fucking book. So
that was pretty funny.
Yeah, I mean, Alvarez said it was his friend with that quote. Easy, obviously being a nerd, read every single book, so he knows every single quote. Said it wasn't Jax Teller's quote. Kind of burying Jax Teller, and there's been a few times in this series where Jax Teller has been buried. Been buried by Mayan members, but you know, we'll bury them and we'll get views off it.
And talking about Mayan members, Conche shows up at the new cartel boss's house. The guy doesn't speak; he just turns the TV volume up, shoots into the TV, and then Conche basically gets the cue to leave. The guy's not very happy, is he?
Yeah, you can tell Conche definitely feels this guy. I mean, Kanchi was trying to explain, like, under the special circumstances that there's not a lot they could have done, but the cartel man, who I forget his name, but he just was not...
or something? Yeah,
he just was not interested in Manche kind of, you know, backtracked and was like, oh, we'll do whatever we can to make it up to you.
Maybe some sort of leverage over him, I don't know. I mean, that's probably the only way I can see this spinning.
I mean, Kanchi in the club earlier was talking about how easy might have just gotten them all killed, but, I mean, always sees this guy and some woman with a sword. I mean, couldn't the Mayans just rock up there and shoot both of them and it's all over?
I know.
Like,
obviously, it runs deeper than that, but I mean, look at the amount of Mayans that we've seen. Look at the amount of Mayans in the premiere that weren't even Santa Padre standing outside.
Yeah, so I mean,
100 of them. I
can't imagine. I don't know, but then again, I guess Sons of Anarchy also feared the cartel, didn't they? In season 4.
Yeah, that was different. They actually portrayed them pretty fucking good. Danny Trejo leading them.
True.
Fucking compared to this band of Mongos.
All those weapons that he's demanding for. I need
27
bazooka.
RPGs and fucking 40,000 sniper rifles.
What the fuck, man? Clay's used to fucking using Glocks, and this guy wants all these mad guns for Call of Duty. But
Creeper, he has another meeting.
I don't think it was a meeting. I think he was having. He was having a meeting with someone from the meeting.
With someone from the meeting.
Aye, so his friend. Aye.
Aye, well that's what I'm saying. Okay, that's all we got from Creeper. Any other club membership I'm trying to think of?
We don't really know what happened because our feed cut out during the Creeper stuff. So yeah, we had a scene where Easy visited Felipe earlier in the day. Felipe had received a postcard from Gabby. Angel goes into the butcher shop. It looks like the butcher shop's closing up. It's very dusty. It's not open. There's not a meat parcel to be seen. It looks like it's dead. It looks like Felipe is finally deciding to close the shop.
I'm gonna think they're gonna go with Felipe's got a terminal illness or something here.
Could be.
I think that's like the only reason they should close this.
Easy then decides to read the postcard. Felipe doesn't know who it is. He says he'll be down in a minute. Easy sees the postcard for Gabby. He drops it, walks out. Felipe gets there. Nobody's there. He looks down at the floor. He picks up the postcard, and he probably puts 2 and 2 together. But this wasn't the last we've seen of Felipe. He also went to Angel and Gabby's house, and there was a cake. I'm assuming it was someone's birthday. We don't know whose birthday it was.
Alright, no Gabby.
Alright, Angel and Niels' house. I'm not sure they were celebrating a birthday. I don't know what they were doing, but I mean, it was very awkward. There was like a lot of silence between Angel and Felipe, and I guess these two have never really spoken. Easy's always been the golden boy.
I think it's trying to show that these two are trying to connect, or Felipe is that desperate.
He hasn't got Easy anymore, so he needs to go and fucking bore Angel, and Angel just doesn't want it. Angel's just sitting there completely. I mean, Felipe wanted the knife for the cake. I think Angel wanted the knife for his wrists. He wasn't too pleased. So we get that. They're eating a cake. You know, good for them. Back in Mexico with Glendale, just want to wrap this up. I mean, a large group of men came, and it was like crazy. I mean, they're coming, they're like firing in the air, they've got all this ammunition, and then the nun woman basically says, "Oh, he looks over me and you, and there's no one here but God's children," and then they just leave. It was like very pathetic there. I mean, how can they rock up with all those numbers and shooting guns, and then some woman says, "Oh, God's watching all of us," and then they just leave? I mean. Sure,
these guys seem like a big deal, and as soon as this happened, it just gets extinguished.
Like, they arrived there with the intent of fucking going in and, you know,
kill anyone who gets in the way.
Also, this guy had a fucking very weird shaped head, right? So,
he didn't look Mexican, like, he looked like he was missing a few chromosomes.
Yeah.
Like neo-Nazi sort of.
Bald nonce
vibes, you know, going on there.
Like, wrap that shit up. Also, like, back in the clubhouse, Justin Bieber. Obviously, it was having a hard time. I guess she doesn't want to be there. She goes outside after, you know, trying to go home, but the San Bernardino VP phones on and says, "Look, you need to stay there. We need all the information we can get." She tells the VP that she might have something, but we didn't really catch anything like groundbreaking that she could have heard.
Yeah, we heard 2 members talking about
the Mother Charter.
Yeah, they want to be back in Oakland because they're like they don't want to be here anymore. But what information's that? Maybe that's given the illusion that Oakland is weak right now, and they could attack them because loads of their members are down here. That's the thing I can take from that.
And Coco's been sent to Oakland.
That's what I said.
Down.
Rest in peace, Coco. Also, Bishop. I think Bishop's days are numbered here. We haven't even got to. He's taking shots. He basically says that Easy can take all his knowledge and wisdom and shove it up his ass.
Easy didn't take this too well, because Easy was trying to actually make up with Bishop. He was saying, "Look, I didn't ask for this VP patch." Bishop wasn't interested. Easy then, not happy, getting told to shove up his ass, so he punches Bishop. Bishop gets up, looking for a fight, but it's quickly broken up, and Bishop yells at somebody to get the fuck off him. I think it was, is it Gilly or Creeper?
Creeper and Taza.
No.
Hank Taza was in the background. It was like Hank and Creeper.
Right, I think it might have been Hank then. One of them touched him. Well, I can understand if Taza touched him and says, "Get your homo hands off me." But
educate your ex-president.
Yeah, then Easy tells him to educate, and I mean that's a line that must burn. I mean, that's
fucking burns deep.
That must be hard.
I don't know how many shots he's had, like, but he felt that one.
Then we get to we get later on in the episode, and Bishop in the clubhouse. He's taking more shots, and he can't keep up with the new barmaid, who I forget. She used to date one of the Mayans from Yuma, I believe, or Stockton.
Something like that.
I can't remember his name, but anyway. Bishop is not going to be able to keep up with her.
Dead him,
he starts,
that's what makes it even worse.
He starts like because previously and earlier in the season, people weren't happy that, you know, they were trying to like hit on stuff, because I think that's disrespectful, or there's some like rule where you can't.
Especially because it was Santa Padre.
Yeah, that's
what they were getting at as well.
There's like they killed him, then they're stealing his. But then they're in the clubhouse and they're like snorting fucking coke, and I'm pretty sure, is that not like?
Yeah.
I mean.
It's not allowed.
I mean, you're allowed to like sell the drugs and stuff like that, and smuggle them. But I mean, I'm pretty.
Gear, that's a no.
And he's doing that in the clubhouse. Then he's like actually having like sex on the pool table. Gilly walks in. He's like, fuck this shit, and walks straight back out. That was pretty good. Gilly does have some good one-liners. To be fair, he kind of seems like that guy. But I'll never like him for his dancing at the end of season 1, wearing that checkered shirt, thinking he's at like a a high school fucking formal or something like that. In reality, it's
Awful.
just a, you know, I don't know. But anyway, what else did we have?
We had
There was a lot of shit. There was a fucking lot of
Easy
shit.
went to Alvarez at the end of the episode, said he's tired of small men dictating the club, and basically points out Bishop and Conchien that they should bring back this kill switch rule, which basically overrules the president's
So I guess this is like a, but this is like a, what do you call it? Bobby called it on Clay.
officer challenge.
Yeah, is that not what essentially this is?
I bet it's in the Mayan version.
So it says you need a unanimous decision, but would that not mean you need Yuma
Exactly.
to unanimously vote Kanchi out? How does that happen?
I don't see how that's happening.
I mean, how is that happening?
And also, Bishop is no longer.
Or would it mean all the president? Or is it the presidents that vote?
It could be that, maybe. I don't know.
It wasn't really explained, but basically there's this kill switch, which if the vote's unanimous, you can basically oust a president. So, I mean, it is what it is. But he was basically mentioning Bishop and Kanchi, yet Bishop's no longer, got like an officer tag. So does this kill switch maybe mean that you can force them out the club?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't see how it's going to go down, though. Well, Kanchi is kind of de facto leader, but kind of not. He could just very easily say, fuck your kill switch rule.
Like, I just don't see how... I don't see how anyone can look at Kanchi and saying he's been unreasonable.
I know.
Even Angel was saying, like, he can't blow it up with his sons in there. And easy done it, like, I'm surprised Alvarez isn't taking Kanchi's side here.
I know.
You can't tell... I mean, look at all the... I mean, you just cannot tell me that with all the other sons of... And Mayans, like, if their child was in there, or their, like, fucking, old lady or whatever was in there, that they would not be reacting this way.
I know. You gotta think of it logically, guys, and Kanchi is definitely entitled to be pissed. And it was funny, Alvarez was having a movie night with his family, and he basically got dragged out.
Yeah, he's like, how the fuck do you work this thing? And it's kind of weird that Alvarez is like, King Mayan, El Padrino, but his wife's kind of like in charge of the household, which is weird, but I guess that's kind of how it works.
Pretty funny. But we end the episode with probably the most important scene. We see the San Bernardino VP gets met by his president. He informs that he met with CHIBS, and that
CHIBS is given the green light for a war, and he basically says to him, you've got the war that you wanted. And that is how this episode ends. I thought it was a bit weird that it's like they were kind of meeting out and like in secret somewhere. Could this not have just happened in their clubhouse?
Yeah, I know.
Or over the phone? Like, why the fuck were they meeting in like a...
I know, but I think it was just for the effect. I get you.
But it just seemed... It's not like it's two rival fucking charters coming together. It was... I mean, it's the VP and the president.
He could have fucking went to his house.
Yeah, like Easy goes to Alvarez's house, so...
It was just for the dramatic effect, but we're all for it. We're all for it.
I mean, overall, that was... Is there anything else we didn't cover?
Pretty sure that's it. Can't think of anything.
Taza didn't have a lot to do this episode.
No, did fuck all.
Hank, again... I mean, Hank says... The only thing Hank said was... They're testing us, and I don't think we're going to make it. That was Hank's contribution to the episode.
Yeah.
There was no Emily. There was no Adelita, which I'm very thankful for.
That's pretty much it. We've covered it. I think it's time for episode rating.
I think I would go as far as saying this might be the second best episode ever.
I'll give it a 9. I like it.
I'm giving it a 9 as well. Great.
And we've seen the promo for I don't think it's next episode. I think it's showing you like quite a few.
I think it shows you a couple of episodes combined. But I mean,
the future's looking good, man.
Yeah, from what we've seen.
Tig, can't complain with Tig.
I tell you what, if what they're showing in the promo, what the next trailer they showed, if all that takes place in the next episode, I think the next episode could be fucking better than the.
It won't be like.
But it won't be because I know. I mean,
there's too much stuff happening.
Yeah,
like you've got Alvarez saying we're not going into a war, then you've got scenes where they're in a war, so I mean,
yeah,
it can't just flip like that.
Yep, Alvarez we've seen in the trailer meeting with Tig. I cannot wait for that, but that's a totally different video for a totally different day, or maybe the same day but just different video. Stay tuned, but we're both giving it a 9, so 9 out of 10, guys. This show's getting better and better, and I would honestly put season 4 on par with the Suns at the moment. I don't know. I mean,
it's got to continue, but
yeah, it's got to continue. But if it stays at this quality, I think I would maybe put it above some seasons of Sons of Anarchy. And I never thought I would say that about Mayans. Even after last season, I thought last season was maybe the best season of the Mayans, but to me it still wasn't anywhere near Sons of
In
Anarchy.
terms of an average episode rating, it must be. We gave episode 1 a 10. This is a 9. The other two I think were 7s.
Yeah, so I mean, we must be averaging about 8.5 or something.
Exactly.
Like that, so.
So like, I mean, that's a good average, but it looks like it only can consist at that level. I don't see how an episode this season can go below a 6. Really.
Yeah.
I think it could even a 7. You could say.
Unless it's just dedicated to Emily or something like that.
And then, God damn it, we don't want that. But anyway, until next time.
Peace.